Tama.
Stadio.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That starting to make sense.
Stadio.
Yeah. Stadio is a good play. Stadio is a very nice play indeed.
It doesn't stop status
It doesn't
reels.
stop status reels though.
Nope.
Oof.
Oh no! That is really frustrating. The self-nullifying the Mustadio effect because it's no longer a dull state. So the Mustadio would become illegal and there will be none of it.
Unless he has a Shiva in hand.
Yeah, unless he has a Shiva in hand, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, honestly, I don't know why the Mustadio came into play, because it didn't stop the status reels anyway.
No, I see what you mean.
Does someone want to intervene in that? Because it shouldn't be 7k damage on T, it should be 1.
He also blocked
Sarah. Yeah, no, you are right.
Yep.
Yeah, it is the finals though, and people are getting some nerves, of course. And being so close to a win or loss here is a very scary prospect indeed.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone suffers from that.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at the board states at the moment, I'm thinking the Tidus and Waka are way stronger than Squall, but it's hardly over, to be honest. It could definitely swing in the blink of an eye. If we see a freeze or similar, that would really change everything. If these two attacks...
He's only on 2 damage, he can afford to take a smack.
Yeah, definitely. And if Tidus and Waka would hit, for example, we could still see something like trading.
Ooh.
Or a Gepple would stop
Yeah, that works too. I was thinking maybe a Jill on next turn, otherwise would have been a really nice play. Yeah, okay, it's back to Toby's turn. He definitely needs to produce forward threats now and somehow find a way to deal with either Tidus or Waka. They are really scary to face.
Turn.
Okay.
Stockpiling.
Yeah, stockpiling cards. 4 cards in hand though, and only 2 backups, so it can't be too scary, can it? He could trade the Squall for the Tidus if he wants to now.
I mean, a Golem could come out now as well.
Definitely, definitely. Alright, we see Squall's shot going off at Tidus as expected, and they're probably just gonna trade.
Golem.
No,
Yeah.
Golem. Good, 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 good.
So that puts Squall at 2k health.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Ryan is not going to attack with Waka, of course. He is passing to second main phase, and we're going to see what he plays then. He's most likely going to want to play another forward so he can keep the tempo up, but a backup wouldn't be bad either.
Both players could use a ice or water, respectively, backup.
Yeah,
right
definitely. They are missing out on a full color, which is really frustrating to deal with. Especially in the case of Waka, for example, he has to discard a full water card instead of just tapping a single CP from a backup.
Ice has Squall has the same problem with ice.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's only one backup Waka in the deck.
Yeah, that's true. I think so anyway.
So there's
I
only
saw one
there's
of them
only
before.
one Waka left to status reels with.
Yeah, that's still a big thing though. Waka is such a good card now because every special you nearly always break something with it. Very scary to face.
I think unless something outright power creeps Waka out, he's always going to be good as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, cards are not gonna get worse exactly, so there will always be a place for a Waka. The game is slowing down again. The decisions are immense at this point. Like a single error at this point could just mean you lose the game. Okay. We see an
Probably
attack.
to stop the threat of a Sylph.
Yeah, that is likely, and we also get like an attack on the economy to make sure that he is not at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Very important.
Essentially a response to the Mako destruction earlier.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Ryan can do something with his hand. Ryan has 5 cards in his hand. He should be able to produce a proper threat on the board.
Sephiroth, I think, is still there though.
No, Sephiroth was Sephiroth was discarded to pay for the Stadio.
Okay.
There may be another one, but
Yeah. Laguna would have been a good play in this situation just to get a freeze here, but the fairies and Sylphs are really frustrating to face for ice. So you probably don't want to spend too much resources on that.
we've seen one Sylph already.
Mm-hmm. See a Yuna entering the field. Yuna is not very nice to have on the field when you're running against a Squall, of course, but it could draw you some cards, so it could definitely prove useful in the long run.
The worst thing that could possibly happen in this situation is Squall attacks, Waka blocks, and a Golem comes out.
Yeah, essentially removing both of Ryan's characters. Yeah, definitely very scary. Like, Earth's way to distribute power freely is really powerful.
I think Lightning is going to get a similar benefit next set as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Like
Cyclops
the reverse
is
version.
Really, really good.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Black Mage as well.
Black Mage, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it really helps get around cards like Minwoo and Larsa by
Yeah,
saying,
definitely.
oh no, I can only do 5k to your 6, so I'll just reduce it by 3 so that 5k is more than your power.
I mean, dropping power is strictly better in this game than dealing damage. Because
definitely.
the damage you deal is equal to your power, but obviously if you take damage, it doesn't drop the damage you deal back in combat. Whereas if you drop their power, it deals with their damage and their health at the same time. There is no comparison. I didn't factor that in actually.
That is true. That is true. So you would have to trade the Squall for that. Yeah, okay. I would probably just trade the Squall for Waka, to be honest. Removing the Waka from the field. Yeah, there we go. Oh, Golem. Nice play. Nice play indeed.
Woof.
That is absolutely massive. Toby's definitely up at a little bit of an advantage. Pulling that third Golem against his opponent.
How many cards has this Squall killed?
Quite a few.
A lot of
he's,
cards.
He's working it.
Yeah, he's a very nice card. It's
Well,
one of my
but-
favorites in Opus 1, though sometimes the only 6k feels very frustrating. Oh, Cloud making a reappearance. Wonder if Cloud can beat the Squall?
If he costs on his hand, though, he's down to 1 card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true.
Which means in order for him to Omni Slash,
He would have to top deck then. If he loses his card. Something like a Sarah or an Argat would be really nice to play just to yank that card out of Ryan's hand. But he needs something to actually deal with the Cloud and preferably pronto. But I don't feel that his deck have many answers to Cloud. I mean, he can fight the Cloud with power, sure, but that's not always the right response. Maybe a freeze would be nice, so a Laguna would be a good play. Yeah, probably Laguna would be the best play if he had one. Freezing the Cloud before he can get going.
Standing turn. Seems.
Wonder if that is the right move. 4 cards
Yeah,
on hand, but maybe couldn't produce anything relevant and just fearing playing into, like, playing a single expensive card into an Omni Slash, or we know there is no Golem and there is no Monk to increase power, so it's very scary. The Yuna, of course, not being able to do much, but still. Is there an Omni Slash coming? That is the big question. If he starts get Omni Slashing now, the game is definitely going to be over. I can't really see any way Toby can respond to an Omni Slash or two.
Titan.
Yeah, Titan, but does he have Titan? I've not seen one.
I think that we have. I think I've seen one Titan.
Okay,
So,
so
it
Titan
might be
tech?
a one-off.
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. And he's not been at 0 cards, I think, ever. So that's certainly possible. He might have been saving from the start. Yeah, this game is really slowing down, but it is so close to tilting in either direction now, so I understand that they're taking their time. Yeah, I would be able to sit there for minutes contemplating all different options, or every option I could think of anyway, just praying that I find the right way to go.
Just leaving it.
Yeah,
Afraid of
both
the
players
Titan.
passing the turn, so there was clearly no Cloud on hand. Not for this turn at the very least. No, that's fine. It's not sloppy play, it's very careful play at the moment. It's a very, very
And it
careful play
needs
at the
to be
moment.
at this point.
Yeah.
You're
The
not
one-
going to go into the final just going, I'll play this. Oh no. Oh well.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna think about everything.
Yeah, I understand why Ryan doesn't overcommit at this point, because it could just be something like a Shantaro appearing, but we don't really know what's on his opponent's hand, so both are just looking for these sort of win conditions to tilt the favor to them. So Toby has 6 cards in his hand. He should be able to produce something, and he definitely wanted to be forwards. I'm thinking either that, or he could go for another backup or two, and then just have his opponent possibly play into a Shantaro. It's very difficult to say though, because we haven't seen a lot of Shantaro this evening, so it's not been. It doesn't seem so reliable at the moment.
Was this? There goes the Squall.
Mhm.
CP.
For a Sarah. Yeah, that's always nice. Attacking his opponent's hand just a little bit might just help. So Ryan is down to 2 cards in hand, having to discard a Moogle. Probably not too big of a loss because he needs to have a water CP for that to be efficient. Sorry, a water backup for that to be efficient. We see a Pain Blade, very cheap card. Unfortunately there's no Riku at the moment, but we see a Yuna, so there is something done. Roughly equivalent of Pain costing a 1 CP. Very, very cheap card indeed. And it's a good counter to Sarah at the moment, as we know there is no Golem.
Shameless plug there.
Not shameless, not at all.
Sorry.
It's a dignified plug.
The what? It's a shameful one? There's a That's the thing. Both alternatives, shameful and shameless, are you want a middle amount of shame.
Yeah, no, it's a dignified plug.
Dignified type. Fair enough.
No, in all seriousness, once the stream is finished, if everyone would like to have a look at the newest video,
I will.
I would much appreciate it.
I will. I'm still annoyed at your part 3 really. That
Yeah, unless it was like 2 AM.
it's just like that. Oh dear. Like
If it wasn't
beautiful. It's a beautiful car.
Yeah, and I wish I still had it.
Yeah. Who did it go to?
I gave it to one of the tournament organisers.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm.
Got
I
one.
looked when I sent out a load of those bits. I think everyone was more concerned by my handwriting than the fact they were being sent gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
the handwriting was good
from
though.
Most of them, it's like, oh look how well he writes. I'm like, you've gotten Opus 2 cards.
Yeah,
Good
Opus
Opus
2
2.
cards were
But look-
amazing.
But look, it's cursive.
Indeed. It is cursive. That
Fair,
handwriting.
yeah.
But they were pieces of art made by yourself, so they of course mean a fair
Aw.
bit.
Well, no,
That's nice.
I like trying to make people feel special in some way or another, and I think that just it doesn't take an awful lot of time or effort. If I've obviously trained to do something like that, then it makes people feel good about themselves, and I like doing stuff like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a good trait. It's a good trait to have.
I mean, if anyone wants to trade me, Opus 2 legendaries for a little bit of my handwriting, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, definitely. I would
Foil hero.
foil hero. Fair enough.
Which one?
Edge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I ran a ninjas deck at my pre-release and kind of won.
I wasn't allowed to play in my pre-release because I had to run it.
Right, let's see what Ryan does here. He's
This
still
I
at
think everyone
2
has more Opus
backups.
2 cards than I do.
Yeah, it is likely. We're gonna see more now as well. Oh, Riku entering the field.
Finally a backup. Oh, and
Yeah.
it's wind.
Yeah, and it's a wind backup, and it's a mill Riku, so that might come in handy. Both players are at 2 and 3 damage, so the mill Riku might
19
actually
cards
be
each
really
deck.
relevant. We might just see like milling out here. It would be really interesting, so we could see him
Are we
milling
gonna
an
see a
extra
ho-ho-ho?
copper turn. Possible. All things considered. Though his opponent is up by a single backup.
But if you play Shantoto,
Yeah.
they'll both be on the same number of backups.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean, he has 7 cards in hand, so come on. We like the Shantotos.
Come on, do it. Do it for the fans. Do it for the commentators. Do it for little Timmy in the hospital. Knock it out of the park. There's absolutely no bias here, but Shantoto is a hype card.
Yeah, definitely.
And sometimes it's always hype.
Yeah, it is one of very few board wipes, and it's a kind of nice card.
The other one's a pseudo in the form of Kate Sith.
Yeah, definitely. That's not a very good one. Or well, it is, but not the same way.
It's just circumstantial.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, with Valor, that's the other one. Just remembered.
Yeah. But it doesn't break everything. It doesn't remove it from the game. There's a
Yeah,
big
you do
difference.
it at the end of your opponent's turn, so they have to discard.
Yeah, that's so frustrating. Or near the end of turn.
Quite
The way
work
it is.
like that because it's like if it was exactly the same as Magic, that would be devastating. But because like there is no during your end phase I do this.
Mhm.
You have to do it during their main phase, and they
Yeah.
still can play
Well, he's
after it.
swinging with stuff, so there's a chance here. There's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance here actually. It'll be interesting to see.
Oh,
Oh, he takes the damage.
and it's a Leviathan.
Oh, that means he's getting. That means it's not being wiped out off of the board when he Shantotos.
Would be fantastic
Unless-
if that
is he-
makes him use the Shantaro.
Is Ryan gonna over consider this and think there's a Shantoto coming and save one of his own cards?
That would be really funny actually. Or maybe he
He
goes,
doesn't play it, and we all die inside a little bit.
yeah. Then the question is he gonna risk that the opponent isn't doing Shantaro? So he definitely don't want to bounce this Sarah, but bouncing Squall wouldn't be so bad. Using it on his own forwards preemptively, I don't really know if that's efficient. But I mean, maybe
Pain wouldn't
bring
be the
yeah
worst shout.
yeah exactly because it's free. But on the other
Because if
hand,
he doesn't
you would probably want to
die.
block with that. I would definitely want to block Sarah's attack with that. So maybe it isn't the right way.
Oh, he's going for it. If there is a Shantaro, this could get ugly.
Yeah, I
Or
suppose.
beautiful, depending.
Yeah, arguably beautiful.
Are you sure? Oh, look at that. Oh dear.
Why is he saying, "Are you sure"?
Oh, why would you do that?
Oh,
There you go. That is the most devastating play of the entire game. The entire
yeah,
match.
definitely.
Are
Just
you
that
sure?
single sentence. Are you sure? That is
Like,
totally
Toby's
tilting
played a very,
everyone.
In the games I've seen him
Like-
play, he has played a very psychological game, bluffing golems left and right.
Targeting Sarah, maybe that is good. I don't know. Okay. Sarah is targeted and bounced to hand. We'll see why in just a minute. I'm assuming.
Well, he has 8 cards in hand, so he's probably going to have to drop 3. Ooh, you know what's a good card that costs 3 cards from hand?
Oh right. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, oh,
That's a very nice one. Very nice one. Maybe there is 8 cards in hand. That's ridiculous.
8 cards in hand. Shantoto hasn't come out yet. There aren't that many cards left in deck. I think is Shantoto a 2 of in that deck?
Well, we'll see. I'm assuming it's a 2 of. We haven't seen that many, so it doesn't look like he has 3 Shantaros, though you never know. We haven't exactly been
He raises
writing
a good
down.
point in the chat. Actually, bouncing one of his own would have made less pressure on having to play Shantaro at all. However, I think had it been Pain, he could still generate advantage from doing it because he has both
Definitely.
Yuda and Riku out if he doesn't play it.
Yeah, on the other hand, I like keeping the Pain there because he could still block the Sarah without having it taking any risk. Okay, discard Squall. Let's see what he does here. So he had 8 cards, now he's down to 7, but we're gonna see him playing either go crazy on the forward power or he is going for the Shantaro, I'm assuming. But we don't really know yet. It's such a tense moment. You know something is coming, but you can't really know what. There are so many hidden cards in his hand. He has all the tools available at the moment.
Okay.
That's fine. Did he show it just
Make
to
sure you take
try
down,
to
make sure you take down the CP.
yeah.
Oh, you've already done it. Okay, I won't bother typing chat now.
Alright, there we go. He makes
1,
another
2.
attempt here. 3, 4, no,
3.
3.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Come on.
Ooh,
Delete.
okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Delete her on Squall to play the new Squall.
Yeah, to get an active
Getting rid
Squall.
of Sarah
Yeah, that could work.
to play the new Squall.
And then Cloud he can't kill both of them.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But it's not a Shantoto, so minus.
Yeah, yeah. No gold star for that.
But an interesting play.
Yeah, it was an interesting play. He could have even targeted one of his backups, but losing another backup would have been a harsh hit too.
I think no. Breaking Squall. I think either way, whatever Leviathan picked would have played into his hand.
Now we see a mug going here. Alright. As we were expecting,
It's
just
come to this.
yeah, just having Riku puts like a timer on the game. So, like we said before, it might just come to milling.
Oh, there goes the Shantoto.
No. Well, Shantoro, the value of Shantoro has been like sinking for every turn now, so it's probably not worth it to play it anymore. Not when the Lita entered the field. And board wiping
Ryan
when
now
your
with
opponent
6
is
spells in
running a
hand.
Riku is not really where you want to be either.
But what's going to happen now?
Yeah, we're still waiting with bated breaths. Something is happening.
Oh, he's not going. He's left attack phase. He's just.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's a water backup.
Nice! Finally, we were waiting for that all game. Unfortunately, he had to toss the Moogle to the break zone to do it, so his only one cost water forward is probably in the break zone now.
Yeah, this may end up going to mill as if it keeps even like this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all the water wind player has to do currently is just stalling out the game, and he has one. So that's not too bad, though we'll see if he's really able to. We don't really know that yet. But it does look like it.
One thing I've really enjoyed watching from the Water Wind here is a lot of Water Wind decks I've played end up decking themselves out because they draw so many cards.
Yeah,
And this
definitely.
one has impressed me in the way that it's kind of
Yeah.
moderated himself.
Well, to be quite honest, the only reason he's not played like 3 Moogles at this point is because he's not had any water backups out. Else I think he'd probably use like 3 Moogles, so he'd be at something like 7 cards in deck. Maybe 8 or 9, I don't know. But a fair much fewer anyway. So the question is, will Ryan find more clouds?
So there are 2 left, and there aren't many cards in deck, so he probably has 1.
Yeah, I'm assuming he has one as well, just keeping it as sort of response to a situation he can't really handle. But I don't see that happening yet. He can even take damage freely for a little bit without having a big issue.
And he has.
Yeah, he took damage. I think it's wise taking a damage or 2. It's not bad at all, and the Delita's guard is down, so he is free to swing through for damage if he wants to. Though, of course, being really careful with that cloud is a good idea.
Second main, probably a forward. actually, maybe a ice backup.
An ice backup would be nice, but I'm feeling he has
He's
to
got to be a
really.
forward. He's only got 3 down. He's
He's only got like 3
can't
turns
afford
left.
to take that much damage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He needs to push his, like, he just needs to go for it. He needs a
Actually,
snow
I
out and
say
everything.
that, you probably could, and you could like bait your opponent into attacking you to 6 damage and make benefit of Ice's like expansive EX burst count. Obviously, it just
Maybe,
means you'd be taking out more.
maybe.
Ooh, bringing Devout in.
Devout.
So for next turn, some kind of trick. I think
Yeah.
I think Gipple has been in break zone.
Yeah, Gipple is nice. He could bait something there, but I can't see it happening. His opponent should probably be playing around that. It is not very difficult, and you have to keep in mind that we probably have an Omnislash prepared just in case something happens, something unforeseen. Something like a Gipple appearing.
Yeah, this is probably an Omnislash here.
Yeah,
One
definitely.
CP, 2 CP, 3 CP,
And
swing.
Bam. Yep. There we go. It's the first Omnislash.
This could go either way from this point. It's all on the back of an EX burst, I think.
And no EX. Oh, Titan.
Okay.
Fair enough,
So-
but he's still gonna take the damage from this.
Yeah, he still has to take the damage, but Squall doesn't die, and
That's a very big
that's
thing. That
huge.
totally is. And that's one cloud down the drain.
Nope, this is fine.
Fair enough.
Oof, that would have been nice.
Yeah, but it's kind of expensive to sit there and playing something like a 5-cost card. We need to see something like, I'm thinking,
There's the other Toto.
yeah, Shantoro wouldn't help him either though. He can't afford just sitting down and cleaning the board. He needs something like Snow Shiva, maybe Jill now to keep them down, something like that. Else he's just never gonna be able to make it through this wall.
But with all the cards he has in hand, there is any number of sylphs and fairies available.
Definitely. He would have needed the Terra R here probably. That would have been the best play.
Yeah.
Best play ever. Like just a Terra on
And we have-
hand
I don't
and
think
breaking
we've seen
that.
it.
No, I don't think he has it actually. I don't think he has it.
Terra would be a real.
Yeah, imagine doing 8k to Cloud here and 8k to Pain. That would have been a pretty good spot to be in.
I was actually referring to the other Terra because with the board he has now, you're not going to be wanting to pay 2 for all of your or extra for all of
Yeah,
your fairies and sylphs.
the biggest problem is that when we go for the trance, for example, we go for trance and then suddenly Cloud goes Omnislash and we've wasted so many cards. So that's a little bit scary, and now the golems are out, Terra just isn't big enough to hit through.
Oh dear, Bart.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's game. That must be game. I can't see how you could possibly come back from this.
With both Shantoto's gone and being on very few cards left in deck, he's probably going to mill one now just from a Riku, if not 2 from a mug. It's just milling one. Okay.
No, that's the Jill. That would have been the best play ever. That was one of his few chances at this game. Alright. Unfortunately, since he's at 6 damage, he probably can't afford attacking at all. So I can't see how he would possibly get out of this situation. It's a really frustrating situation to be in.
He could devout in a Laguna and freeze, dull and freeze Barts, and also play the last gel.
Yeah,
if he has it
that
in
would
hand.
be probably the best way to go about
That
this.
is, and I think those are. I think there is an option for that. There aren't a fantastic number of cards left in deck. Only at 7.
Indeed. Yeah, it is certainly possible. It is certainly possible.
See, a lot of people have said that they are going to play the new Riku, but I just think that for exactly this reason, that Riku is better.
Yeah, definitely. It just put a timer on the game and saying that if this game goes long, I win. That's very nice to see. And you get another option here, just stating the fact that I have an alternative win condition where I don't really have to fight about power anymore. I can just focus on stalling, playing my game, enjoying it, and the deck goes out in your favor. Very nice to see. We saw that out in Japan as well. A couple of games actually, he managed to mill his opponent down to 0. It was kind of nice to see.
I mean, you could say maybe 2 of that Riku and 1 of the new one or something just to add to your EX count. I don't know, but I just think that one's just very.
Yeah, well, if you go for the Yuna Riku Pain combination, I think this Riku is actually really amazing. But the other one that bounces characters, that might be really good in the future.
Which one?
Yeah, the on-play Riku, isn't it?
Yeah, that's there. That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah. So you saw Riku. I'm not sure that was. Yeah. It's alright. We might still see something coming out here. Out of the
Laguna in his bin.
No, out of the discard, out of the options he actually has with the devout, through the 4 costs we are looking at Kipal, which is kind of nice, but it might not really be the thing here. He could get through a damage or 2, but I'm not sure if that would be enough. Laguna would be the optimal play if there was one in the discard. I haven't seen it.
I don't think that there is one.
Yeah, and Geel would have been fantastic, but one just ended up in the discard.
There might be one.
Yeah, there might be one.
If there were, I think it would have come out by now.
Possible.
Unless he has a better plan.
Yeah, but that's the best thing I can come up with, just straight off the bat. But I'm not sure that's the right way to go. I don't know what Ryan has in his hand. It's really unfortunate that we can't go through the discard pile here. I really would like to click on that discard and scroll through all the cards and see what kind of options he has available. Yeah, he's entering the attack phase. Ryan does not want to play anything in the attack phase. Okay, his attack with the Lita. He might just take the damage for all we know. Taking the damage is not a big deal at this point.
Or just trade with the Bards.
Yeah, or just trade with the Bards. Or throwing the Pain away if he has another on hand. There are a fair few options here.
I think that's the last Pain. We saw the other 2 earlier.
No?
He could just have Sylph in hand.
Yeah, definitely.
But even if he has Sylph in hand, that would mean Cloud would die. So Sylph in hand would mean he could he could activate Cloud and then block with Barts.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to block with like an important character anyway. There's no point to
but this is completely tense.
Yeah, it is just.
It's hard to do any form of commentary when you're just sat here, just quietly.
Yeah, definitely, and we're not able to actually know what's in their hand, so it's going to be really difficult. And we're not able to scroll through their discard either, so it's really difficult to guess what they are actually wanting to do. There are some options that he could possibly do, but I can't see him having both Jill and Laguna on hand, for example. If he did, he probably would just play them.
Takes the damage.
Yeah, he ends up taking the damage. It's no big deal at the moment. It obviously means he gets one card less in deck, but that's not really a big deal. So let's see what Toby's plan is now. He swung with Deleta, maybe to trick something into blocking, but no, Ryan never needed to. That's a problem.
I don't think he's going to swing with Squall, because even if he can get Jill and Laguna out this turn, there is the present chance that
Definitely.
Cloud gets activated.
Absolutely.
Discard Stadio. No, just doubles Stadio and Jesse to bring in a no.
Seraphy? Okay.
I think that's a poor choice. That's giving Ryan a Cloud.
Yeah, maybe a Cloud. He doesn't even need to take a Cloud at this point. He could take another unique forward and just play to the field. So there are many options here. Fair enough, I suppose. But the Sephiroth is not gonna do it. Yeah, well, he has to try. He has to try. Maybe with this he'll be able to afford something he was planning on. Let's see what his plan is. And we still have the Devout.
In the case of cards like Seraphy, do both players pick simultaneously, essentially double blind, or does one of them resolve before the other?
The way I've always done it is you put the card that you've chosen face down in front of you.
Yeah, works. I'm assuming it's a bit like Cloud of Darkness though, so the turn player is doing it first. But I can't really say for sure. But I've heard that when it happens here at the same time, the turn player goes first. But this is definitely the final turn or two of the game, because that Riku sets the timer on the turns. So the game is going to end within, like, at the most 2 turns. Ryan seems to be stuck with many options here.
Getting Hope to hand.
I think the point is that it doesn't matter who he gets because it's only going to go straight
Yeah,
to
exactly. He's just going to toss it
means
into
he
discard
does
anyway.
have a Cloud in hand.
Yeah, it clearly meant that he had a Cloud in hand, since he just took something that leave discard.
In his situation, I would have just gone for Cloud anyway, because then you're not giving it away.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Since he didn't pick a Cloud, we know he has one.
I mean, it wouldn't take long to work out that you already had one, but still.
Indeed.
Does Devout presumably bring in?
Yeah, Devout breaks.
Laguna.
Terra.
Yeah, Terra Rare would have been fantastic, but I don't think he has it.
No, it's Laguna.
Yeah, it's Laguna, definitely.
Probably Freezing Cloud. No, it is.
He can't afford Freezing Cloud at this point anyway, so this is probably the right move.
Okay. And then discarding everything for Sephiroth.
Yeah, he will lose a character, but he's still possibly could do that anyway. And the Barts would have forced him to lose a character anyway, so it might not be wrong.
No, it is Jill.
Very
That'll do.
nice. The Jill is a
help.
very, very good one.
Right, so the thing I said 4 hours ago.
Yeah, it felt like, but we figured out that that was probably the best way to go about it. Going for Laguna and Jill leaves him with a small window of opportunity here. If he can get through the defenses of that pain and just strike through for damage, that's the best hope he's got, to be honest. And his
Yeah, I
hope
do not
that
think
the
there's
opponent can't
much
reactivate
chance.
Cloud now.
I don't think there's much chance of him being able to activate Cloud, Omnislashing, and also activate anything else.
Yeah, definitely not.
And if he does that, that's probably just going to leave him far too open.
Yeah, but if he can reactivate Cloud, he can just do it later. But we'll see.
The Wind can do scary things with 5 cards in hand.
No doubt.
But Bart's and Pain are already on the field, so he may end up actually playing Hope here.
Yeah, Hope would be a very cheap card. And he
Cost
could
you 2.
use Pain twice then, I'm thinking. If he uses Hope to reactivate Riku again. Very difficult to see what he aims to do here. If he has another Riku, he could go for a Mug. He probably wants to save the Riku until end of turn to maybe mill a card though. Or he's just gonna play another forward to make sure he doesn't lose. The question is, can he produce another forward? We assume that...
Yeah, he does have Hope in hand at
yeah,
least.
it does have Hope. Yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna play Hope though. Don't know. It's not a very card of substantial size. It gets shot off board by a Squall immediately, but it could block a damage.
This is definitely a thing.
Tapping 2 backups to play. Or is he just gonna tap a third now and play the Hope? No. Decided not to. No, okay. Seems like Ryan is stuck with a lot of decisions here.
Basically, these next 2 or 3 turns are going to be it.
Yeah, he's definitely sitting with probably like a Cloud in hand. But while he has a Cloud in hand, he can't use Omnislash at the moment. And if he goes for the gambit of only using an Omnislash, so like reactivating Cloud and then going for the Omnislash, it would just probably leave him quite open. Okay, tapping 3 cards for Hope, I'm assuming? No, Aerith. There we go. Very important.
Might as well. I don't think it is needed.
No.
He's got some way to activate Aerith and ward.
It won't be able to be used until Ryan's next turn. You wouldn't be able to use Planet Protector unless
Okay, Pain goes on the offense.
Could be double Sylph.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. That's the only thing it could be, and Pain is going down either way. Maybe he'll just throw away a Seraphy. But it's probably wiser to just pick Laguna here. Forcing the double Sylph at the very least.
If it is a double Sylph, that would probably mean he has got the cloud in hand.
Yeah,
would
definitely.
probably be game.
Definitely. And if he happens to have a Sylph, he should already have a plan to probably reactivate the cloud, give some power to Pain, and just go for an Omnislash in case it's needed. Very easily closing out the game if he does. Could be seeing something like blocking with Laguna, and then he reactivates Cloud and breaking Squall perhaps. But we don't know, he could just go for the Laguna. Yeah, a lot of cards will be used, but all he needs to do is actually living.
The thing is there's two things in... If those two cards are an Earth card and a Golem, or an Ice card and a Squall,
Yeah.
he's fine.
Yep, definitely. Though 3 golems were in the discard, I think.
Okay.
I think.
Nothing after all.
Yeah, 2 or 3 in the discard. Seem to remember the third being there. I'm not sure.
Is he just trying to draw the cards? Draw an answer? Yeah.
Just
Powerful.
digging for some specific card.
Oh no, he's making a play to make Aerith active.
It won't. He won't be able to use Planet Protector
Nope.
in Toby's turn though.
Nope.
I didn't think backups had summoning.
No. Yeah. It doesn't say it in the starter rules because it only says forwards in the starter rules, but it is true. Backups can't do it either.
Nope,
Oh,
definitely
well, I
can't.
cheated.
Yeah. This came up during the Opus finale for the Japan stream, and I commented on it in the stream, and Kageyama said that no, it's true with that. So I said, okay, then there needs to be a errata on the rules.
I was going to say, because I was unaware of that, and I play this game pretty frequently.
People usually do that with Gordon as well, not keeping in mind that it's a tap ability. So they use it immediately, like, play Gordon and then block and tap it. People don't think of it as sort of being the same as Omnislash, not being able to use it until it's been there for like a full turn rotation. Or I should say, been present at the start of turn.
I should probably should I make them aware that Aerith still has backups have summoning sickness?
Yeah, I think they know. I'm not sure.
That's the thing, we think they know.
Oh, you could type it if you want.
But that would be if you're riding off of that to find out the last turn that, by the way, backups have summoning sickness. That would be
definitely
anticlimactic.
Yeah. True that.
But if in case it comes up, yeah, I might have to source the. Here comes Hope.
Or is he just trying to wall up?
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen? Are we gonna see a Miracle Shiva coming here?
Or are we going to see him mill one?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Oh, he's bluffing.
That is a huge. You can tell from the fact he said it out loud.
Yeah.
And he had a sad.
Yeah, probably just faking.
Yeah, so I'm shaking my finger at the screen right now, going, no, none of this.
Indeed. Then the question is, what does Toby have on hand? We can see all sorts. Shivas, Geels, something.
No, both the other Jills have gone, so there isn't going to be a sadistic
okay.
surge coming.
No
The
sadistic
Shiva
surge.
would probably.
Yeah, Shiva would be nice. But on the other hand, there could still be a Sylph coming.
If there's only one
There is
Sylph,
one.
if there's only one Sylph. Barely any cards in either player's deck. 3 cards in Ryan's hand, one of which we are assuming is a cloud.
Yeah, we probably should assume that. It felt like when he picked that Hope, it really felt like, yeah, he had a cloud already. On the other hand, maybe he just needed a cheap unique forward. We don't really know that.
1, 2, 3,
Mm-hmm. Is it Gippo?
4, 5.
No. Okay.
Sephiroth, because then he can't use
Sephiroth.
Aerith and Cloud.
But he could just respond with the Sylphs he has on hand then, in
He's
case.
forcing it.
Fair enough. Very interesting to see. Wonder what Ryan has on hand. Are you acting? Wait.
I'll say. It's not optional in the Ribbons. If you Planet Protectors, I'm calling it.
Welcome to the reason Aerith is the best card in the game.
Unfortunately, he can't Planet Protector now.
Nope. But it could be Sylphs.
Yeah, even so, it's still.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
no,
Sylph.
okay.
It's
See?
oneself. On Bart. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, that is the right move. That is the right move, unfortunately.
What if the other card in his hand is a deleter?
Would be interesting, wouldn't it?
That changes things.
So there. 2 8Ks and a right.
Oh, if the other card in his hand is irrelevant, he's about to discard it.
Yeah. I think he'll start by attacking with
Wall, probably.
Yeah, if,
Seraphy.
well,
Oh, or just to weaken somebody.
yeah, he wants to get the Squall shot off, probably. It would make the most sense. And probably onto something like Bart's.
I'm really messed up by that Aerith ruling. I'm like, really?
Yeah, it is true
It's
though.
like, what?
It is true.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
late
well.
in the
more you know,
comprehensive
shooting
rules.
star.
On the comprehensive rules, it's under the like how abilities works basically. So whenever that tap
I
symbol
don't think
is there,
a damage is coming through this turn.
no,
He can't do 2 damage with 4 forwards with 3 blockers.
no, he definitely can't. Question is if he can block them.
If a cloud comes into hand now.
Oh, he's just not doing anything.
Yeah.
Oof.
Actually, probably just
That's probably good for the best, in all fairness. Something's going to have to happen soon, otherwise deck out's going to happen.
I think he might just not do anything and go for deck out. Doesn't need to do anything.
Say that if he draws a Shiva and smacks Bart's with it.
Yeah, this is where it gets really complex because there are so many cards, there are so many factors, there are so much to think about. Just a single mistake here and it's just game over. Of course, Ryan having it a little bit easier here because of the sheer amount of cards in deck. But not other than that.
Probably a Shiva.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the players to consider their moves here because this is likely to be their last moves.
Yeah, Toby is only getting one more turn.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I actually agree with the chat there. I think
Yeah.
if I were in that position, I'd just snipe the ice back up. Limit his options.
Why does someone have to win?
Because some of us need to go to bed.
No, but why can't they just both win?
Yeah, I know what you mean, I know what you mean.
Hug it out and go good game and then just leave it at this point. Like a cliffhanger.
Completely filled board state. There's so many cards. There are rarely ever this many cards.
Oh, what? He's conceding.
Yeah, he is conceding. He sees no way out of it, it seems.
Oh,
And
no.
I think he is right though, unfortunately. We have no idea what was in his hand though, but hand 0 now. That is unfortunate. That means Ryan will take the victory here. And that means it's 2-1 in a match score, so Ryan will win the Octagon tournament for the first Octagon tournament. First ever in the history of Octagon.
Sad that didn't go to the end though, because that could he could have drawn anything.
It's also, well, yeah, he would have drawn a
Technically.
Devout
Yeah, definitely.
and another card. It could have been Shiva.
And
It
there's
could
no
have.
way we'll ever know what that card was.
Nope.
I mean, I can understand the mentality. I can.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. And that still means Ryan will win this game. Well, that's it for this game. So the grand finals are won by Ryan. He's won a lot of games in this Octagon tournament. We are gonna go to bed probably because it's like 1 or 2 a.m. here, depending on where you live. So it's very late. And this has been the, I think, if we can set several records here, this is probably the longest game we've seen.
Yeah, it was 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it happens. Alright, that's not been the case in general for the Octagon games, but the Octagon games are longer than usual. The players are not able to communicate very easily. Yeah, I know some have hopped on Discord, for example, to talk to each other to make the like it's smoother, but still it takes a longer time to convey something through a chat. And that's why the games are so long, or that's part of it anyway. And not everyone is playing Octagon all day. But that's it for now, and we're gonna post the results, and we are gonna talk to Luke about this winner, Ryan, and he will receive the prizes from him. It's gonna be like a tiny prize ceremony in the FFTCG fans group, I believe.
In the morning.
Yeah, in the morning when
Very
we wake up.
entertaining game. Well done to both of them.
Yeah, very entertaining game. A little bit thrown out, of course, but
now we'll never know.
no, we'll never know. Now we'll never know if it could have been possible. But I believe he probably made the right decision. He probably can't get through here because of Riku. So I think he made the right move. And it was unfortunate that he got stuck like this in the end of the game.
Actually, to be fair, there was a chance he might have been forced to mill the Div out before he even got to draw, so...
Yeah, definitely. It's a very low chance of succeeding.
But yeah, he had enough cards left in deck in order to have a turn.
Yeah.
Right, and with that, I think I'm going to go off to bed.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna do the same actually. So
thanks to
I hope to
everybody
see
in the chat and
everyone
watched.
later.
Thank you for watching.
Hopefully I'll speak to you guys soon.
Watch Joe's new video, that's now up on YouTube.
If you can
Yes,
stay
don't
away.
forget to subscribe and all that rubbish.
Like, comment, subscribe,
Yeah.
follow.
Dude.
I was to say, if you could see me, I'd be holding a thumbs up, and well, I'm glad you can't see me because I look half dead right now.
Yeah,
But
same.
never mind.
That's fine
Anyways.
though. Yeah, have a good night everyone, and thanks for tuning in.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Night.